Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hello if you're new, my name is Amanda and I do a lot of book videos, hair care stuff, beauty, decor, a little of everything. So if you like, I would love for you to check out my content. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about books. This is my November wrap-up, so the books I read in November. At the end of October, I realized I have not been reading a whole lot, so I made a promise to you guys. I said this month I would read 5 books, and spoiler alert, I did. The first book I read was Artemis by Andy Weir. This was a really interesting book, and the plot sounded really nice because it involved robbery in the moon. It was all about how humans had been living in this station in the moon, and there was a robbery involved, and you would find out what happened. In reality, it wasn't that good, to be honest. I would not recommend reading this book. I think for me it was a 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5 on a really good day. Yeah, it was really interesting. Like I really wanted to understand what was happening, but it was lacking. It was missing some scientific information about life on the moon. It was a lot more about the politics of it and this whole scheme that was going on, and also there was no romance in it, and I feel like the author could have really worked better on the romance in this one because there was space for it. So yeah, not the greatest. I don't want to give any spoilers, so I don't really know what to say. If you're interested in sci-fi, I think there are better books out there for you to read. The next book I read was Margaret Atwood's Hagseed. This one is in Portuguese because I was reading with my book club, and that's just the link that they sent me. But this was very good and very interesting because if you have read The Handmaid's Tale and The Testament, it has nothing to do with that, but still it's very interesting and very well written. This book is about a former theater director who gets fired, and so his career is in pieces. He also has had some issues on his personal life. He lost his daughter and wife, so it's very sad in that aspect. And it's really cool because at the beginning of the book he's working on a Shakespeare play and he never gets around to premiering it. The whole book is about him working on it and finding his revenge. So I won't give you any spoilers, but this was really worth my time reading. It was very interesting because it was not anti-utopic, it was not much about fantasy, but in a way it was still very creative. I really liked it. I think the end was unexpected. I didn't see that one coming, so it was really good. I would highly recommend. I think I'll give it a 4 out of 5 stars. And I really want to read more of Margaret Atwood's books. The next book I read was another Andy Weir book, which was The Martian. I think there's a movie for that, but I had not watched it, and it's with Matt Damon, maybe? Yeah, I think that's with Matt Damon. The book was so good. It's about this astronaut who gets left in Mars and he tries to survive. And it's really cool because in this book, and that's what I think was missing from Artemis, is that it really explained how he was surviving and the whole science behind of it. And it was thrilling. Like, you really are rooting for this guy to survive, and there's a lot going on and he has difficulties, he has to be creative, and you're thinking about what the team that left him behind is thinking. This was really good. I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. Yeah, it was really good. I would highly recommend to anyone who likes sci-fi. This one and some of Isaac Asimov books are really good. So yeah, 4.5. And then I reread an old classic, which is Pride and Prejudice. I was in a slump for a few days and I just wanted something comforting. And on my YouTube feed there was like this video with clips from the movie, which the movie is amazing too. and I really felt like rereading it, and I just fell in love all over again with Mr. Darcy and the whole story. I think this is a classic, and I don't even have a physical book of that, and I'm thinking about buying. And you guys know I'm not one to reread books, so I think this is a fantastic book. It's for sure, in my opinion, the best of Jane Austen books. I also highly recommend Persuasion, but Pride and Prejudice, it's crazy because it doesn't really contain any physical romance, and still they're so connected, and you really feel their emotions and them falling in love for each other. I think it's beautiful. We need more books like that in the world. It's amazing. I also read The Switch by Beth O'Leary. It was a really cute and nice book. It was an easy read. I think I read it over 3 days. Yeah, it was really good. So it's about this girl, Lena, who switches places with her grandma because she feels like her grandma needs to live her life and meet people of her age. So they switch, and her grandma goes to London, and she goes to her grandma's house in the villages and just start taking over the tasks that her grandma usually does. That's because she was forced to take a vacation, so she thought it was the perfect time for her to give her grandma this chance, and she felt like it couldn't be that difficult, you know, to take over her grandma's life, and the opposite. So she goes and lives in this village and goes to the council meetings in her grandma's place, and her grandma is living in London in her flat with her flatmates and having a good time. She also has a boyfriend who is supposed to come to the village and stay with her in the weekends. And so this book is really cool because through living each other's life, they really have this time to reevaluate what is important to them and meet new people. So yeah, I highly recommend it. I would give it a 4 out of 5. This is a really cool, really light book. I think anyone could read it. Like, it could even be a beach read. Not that we're doing that anytime soon, but yeah. So yeah, these were the 5 books I read in November. I already have one to start right away, which is The Whisper Man. My book club is reading that one for this month, so you can look forward to seeing that in my December wrap-up. Do you guys have any recommendation for me? Please leave them down below and comment the books you've been reading. Thank you for watching.